Most people know exactly what Ricky Gervais sounds like when he has something to say. Loud. Sharp. Unapologetic. He built his career by saying the things other people were too afraid to say. So when Ricky Gervais suddenly went quiet, people noticed. No jokes. No arguments. No social media posts. Just two simple words written in response to a fan asking how Jane Fallon was doing. Doing well. Those two words revealed more about Ricky Gervais than years of Golden Globes monologues ever could. Behind the comedian, behind the controversy, and behind the fame, there has always been one person standing beside him, Jane Fallon. Ricky Gervais was born in Reading, England, in 1961. The youngest of 4 children, he grew up on a council estate with a hard-working family. His mother hoped he would become a scientist. Ricky had other ideas. He wanted to be a pop star. At University College London, he switched from biology to philosophy and eventually joined a synth-pop band called Siona Dancing. The band failed. His music career lasted barely a year. He later managed the early version of the band Suede before leaving just before they became successful. Then came years of ordinary office jobs, paperwork, and uncertainty. By his early 30s, Ricky had no clear path. But one person never stopped believing in him. He met Jane Fallon at university in 1982. She studied history while Ricky was still trying to figure out his future. They fell in love and moved into a tiny one-room flat in King's Cross. Ricky later joked that he could reach the refrigerator without leaving the bed. They had very little money, but they had each other. Jane built a successful television career as a script editor and producer, working on major British dramas while Ricky continued searching for his place. Through every failure, she kept telling him he was funny and that he should keep going. In the late 1990s, Ricky began working at XFM Radio, where he met Stephen Merchant. Together they created a character named David Brent, an awkward office manager desperate to be liked. That character became The Office. When the series debuted in 2001, the audience scores were terrible. Some executives thought it was a mistake. But Ricky didn't panic. After years of failure in ordinary jobs, he wasn't afraid of losing television success because he had already lived without it. Slowly, audiences discovered the show. Eventually, The Office became a global phenomenon, winning awards and inspiring the American version that became one of television's most successful sitcoms. Through all of it, Jane was there. Ricky has often said that Jane is the person whose opinion matters most. He trusts her judgment more than anyone else. She tells him the truth, and she always has. As Ricky built a career with Extras, Derek, and After Life, Jane built one of her own. Her novels became bestsellers, earning her a loyal audience completely separate from Ricky's fame. They never married. Both have said they simply never felt the need. They shared everything, built a life together, and never believed a ceremony would change what they already had. They also chose not to have children. Instead, they built a quiet life filled with work, animals, and the kind of companionship that grows stronger over decades. Then, in early 2026, Jane shared difficult news. After a routine mammogram, she was diagnosed with early-stage breast cancer. The prognosis was excellent, and she assured everyone that she would be fine. True to her personality, she handled the situation with honesty, humor, and photos of her cat and a stuffed bear serving as her medical team. While Jane spoke openly, Ricky became silent. The man who spent years challenging celebrities and making headlines suddenly disappeared from social media. When someone asked how Jane was doing, he replied with only 2 words. Doing well. Nothing more. Because the story belonged to Jane, and Ricky understood that. For more than 40 years, Jane Fallon has been the person who encouraged him before anyone knew his name, who stayed during every failure, and who remained beside him through success, controversy, and fame. They met as students with no money and no plan for the future. They built a life together one day at a time. And perhaps that is the most honest thing about Ricky Gervais. Before the awards, before the fame, before the world knew who he was, he found the right person. And he never let go. If this story touched you, leave a comment below and share your thoughts. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Prestige Buzz, and turn on the bell notification for more inspiring stories from the lives of remarkable people. And perhaps the real question is this: is the greatest act of love simply choosing the same person every single day for more than 40 years?